So let us take just a moment to bring yourself consciously with your awareness, with your energy, with your higher mind, with your higher heart. Look at the beautiful canoes as they're passing by us, the waves of the river, the boat, the captains, everyone carrying us here up the river. And feel yourself, your spirit, carrying you as well. This is a day of celebration, of joy, of anticipation and ceremony, as this is a very sacred river for the Hawaiians, for their ancestors, for their royalty. So take that into your mind as you set the energy for yourself this morning. You may even choose to close your eyes just to feel everyone connecting to their hearts, to their being, through your magnificence. As you stepped on the boat, dipping your feet, purifying your feet, as the river receives you, welcomes you with all its trees around us and plants and the water. And the spirits and the devas and the elementals welcome you, receiving you, washing your feet, blessing you back home, back to Lemuria, back to your roots, back to the source and core truth where everything began, with a higher state of awareness and consciousness for humanity so long ago. And again, you're taking another step into that past which exists in the now and bringing it into the present moment as you're pulling that energy from your Akash, awakening, feeling intuitively, lovingly, kindly, receptively, harmonizing with this journey, with the waters as we float, meander on the river, feeling the breeze, feeling even the humidity and moisture saturating us, infusing us with the thousands of years that have been through here and shaped, and this specific river, a river of love that's always flowing, never ends, never stops, always flowing, just like your soul, your immense soul that always flows through you, through your human body with every expression on earth. A river that has no beginning and no end. And all it wants is to experience more love, more joy, more peace, more beauty, more magnificence, more connection and unity, wherever it journeys on this earth and beyond. Allow that energy that river to carry you, to carry you. Namaste.
So I think we all know we're going to do a very short meditation and then have a message from Kryon in this magical place of the Fern Grotto. And so I invite you to close your eyes and allow yourself to feel, sense, perceive the energies that are here in this space that you currently share. It's a reminder that you are never alone. In this space you are currently sitting is a multitude of other beings that share your space, that want to say, hello, I am here too. I know your name, I love you. And what is your perception of those invisible energies that share that space with you? Do you hear them? Do you see them? Do you feel them? Do you acknowledge they are there? And this is the invitation to enhance our connection to the unseen, to invite those ancestors to come closer, to come closer, come closer. Allow their presence to be more present within our daily life. And helping us, guiding us through these connections are always the beautiful, loving messages from Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. Today, this group finds itself at the Fern Grotto, the island of Kauai, the Wailu'a River. This is a famous place mainly for one thing, not that the royals came here, but there was so much love promised here. So many unions of the heart here. One of the teachings long ago we gave you was this planet has something called the crystalline grid. Now, this is not a grid that you can measure or see. Fairly esoteric, named after the crystalline. What do you know about the crystalline? A substance that can store things. And so, therefore, the crystalline grid is known for storing energies, but not necessarily esoteric energies. It stores the energies of human emotion, compassion, joy, fear. It explains why so many of those who are sensitive can go and walk through a field and suddenly stop and grab their heart and say, something happened here. Something amazing happened here. Something tragic happened here. And later they'll find out that they are in an unmarked battlefield. And you would say, well, how is that possible? What is the mechanics of that? And you'll say, well, they're just sensitive. And I'll say, to what? Something that happened 100 years, 200 years ago? And the answer is the crystalline grid recorded it. So often these things have happened all over the planet. And humans will feel it and know it and react. So right now, as you sit here with me, dear ones, I want you to feel what might have been recorded here. The love that went into the promises that were made, the songs that were sung, the preparations to come, the beauty of the bride, the groom, all of those in attendance, lined up and ready to hear a beautiful love song that unified their hearts. With ideas of a wonderful life ahead, no fear, just love. It etches itself into the land. And perhaps as you sit here, you might feel that. Human to human. And that's who you are. It's a perfect posturing for what took place today, the exercise. I'll call it what it is. It's marrying yourself. That was the exercise, truly. How is something like that even possible? It sounds like some kind of esoteric practice misnomer or an exercise that's only practiced by a few who really don't know what they're doing. And that's the way it's often seen. Let me tell you how real this is. What is your idea, your belief, when we tell you that the Creator is inside and you have a soul which belongs to God? And there are those of you who will say, well, I've read that in Scripture, made in His image. I believe it in some way. And then the next breath you'll say, yes, and I'll find out after I take my last breath. Because that's the teaching. That you can't touch it. And it isn't yours. In this culture, you are taught to fear God, to fear the creative source. You ever wonder why when angels show up, the first thing they say to a human is fear not? Because they know this culture fears them. Why would you fear love? And this is the onion that I invite you to peel. And there were those who say, well, what is that onion again? And I'll say, it's the onion that surrounds you. That is what you were programmed to think and believe and be. And so often, your religious leaders, it's all the best they had, would tell you to be careful and you weren't really worthy and God is everything and you are nothing and so you better do this and you better do that. And that's the onion that invites you to peel it and find out if there is a bigger truth beneath it. Something perhaps that you were not taught. It's always interesting, the psychology of this. Because there will be humans listening to this, not necessarily on this deck here, who will say, I'm fine like I am. I don't need to peel the onion. I'm okay. I'm just fine like I am. Don't bother me with these things. And I will say to that person, you have free choice to look or not. But dear one, if that was you, you just told me something you're not aware of. You're afraid to look. That's what you told me. What if you did? What are you afraid of? The answer is change. You might find that there's something bigger that you were never told about. And if there's something bigger, you would have to rearrange your entire life. You're right, dear ones, you would. We have an axiom, and we've said it before. Once you learn something, you cannot unlearn it. Your brain is not a computer. There is no delete key. There's no erase key. There's no delete this file key. And once you know something, it's there. What if I told you that some of you will find out by peeling that onion that you will have a glimpse of a magnificence inside? You know what happens when people find that and they see that? The first thing they'll say is that there is a guardian angel around me. I've seen it. I've felt it. I'm in love with this guardian angel. I'm going to go there and I'm going to have peace and joy and it's going to fill the rest of my life. This is my guardian angel. If that's all the further you can peel that onion, it's good enough. Because you will have peace and joy over things that bothered you. And this guardian angel then holds you so tight when you're in trouble. And then there are others that got to see the face of the angel. And it took their breath away because it was their own face. Inside you is a magnificence of love. It's your core. It's your design. It's your lineage. It's your future. This is where it's going, dear ones, in these times. Do you have a hard time marrying the guardian angel? Doesn't matter if it's male or female. And you would say, I would have no trouble with that at all. Let's go. Because I would then be part of that and melded with that for the rest of my life. Do you have any trouble saying, I love you, guardian angel? And most of you would not. Because the angel represents that which is supernatural and divine and beautiful and everything good and joyful. The guardian angel will take your hand in your last breath, help you pass over the threshold. The guardian angel is everything. Consider marrying the guardian angel, even if you don't know it's yourself. Dear ones, it has nothing to do with conceit. There are scriptures that says that love is not puffed up. It does not puff itself up. Neither does this kind of love for yourself. It's an all-encompassing understanding, recognition of the love of the Creator within you, part of you. Continue peeling that onion until someday you can say, I found it. It's not all that bad. And yes, my life changed greatly. And yes, many things I had to put away. To me now they look like childish things. Back then they were my reality. Yes, there's change. Are you afraid to look? I leave you with this, dear human being, who is everything right now to this planet. This is a good place, dear ones, to be. For you listening, this is a wonderful place for you to be. And the elements have cooperated this day, even with the rains, to allow you to sit here and feel what has happened, to enhance that which is the next step. It doesn't have to be taken now. But perhaps you will be alone someday, and you will say, Dear Spirit, I'd like to peel that onion more. I want to know more. I want to know what's there. Thank you. And get ready for change. I'm crying in love with humanity. And so it is.